Terror marks the first time that filmmakers have had active access to a real-time domestic counterterrorism investigation. We follow Sharif, a 63-year-old former black revolutionary, through what he claims will be his last case. He's been working for the FBI for over 20 years. And as the case unfolds, we also begin investigating him, his past, and the consequences of his double life. I'm David Felix Sutcliffe.
And I'm Lyric R. Cabral. We're the co-directors of Terror, which is premiering in the U.S. documentary competition in the 2015 Sundance Film Festival. Sharif was my neighbor. One day, after 4 years of talking almost every day, I came to his apartment and it was just cleared out. Like, no furniture, there was almost no indication that someone had lived there. And then I get a call from him, and he sounded incredibly frantic. Like, I never heard this tone in his voice. It was almost like I could picture someone at the other end of the line with a gun to his head. That's the tone, sort of, in which he was speaking. And he said, "Lyric, if anyone asks you any questions about me, don't give them any information. But sort of, you give me their information. Let me know who's looking for me." And it was such an odd call that all I could say was, "Why?" And he basically was like, "I can't tell you on the phone, come visit me, I'm no longer in New York, I'm in South Carolina." He disclosed that the apartment in which we had been conversing for 4 years was in essence a safe house. The FBI was paying the rent, it was wired with audio and video surveillance, and in essence, that whole environment was part of a counterterrorism sting. And so, there's this weird mix of like intrigue and repulsion. And for over a decade, I called him once a month, just simply asking, "How are you and where are you?" And when we called in the fall of 2011, he told us that he was about to begin a new assignment in Pittsburgh. And that's sort of where the film begins.
Stylistically, the film plays like a psychological thriller. It's a political, psychological thriller trying to uncover and understand this man's motivations, and at the same time trying to understand the tactics that the FBI is using in these investigations, trying to understand what their motivations are and what their arguments are for using these particular informants, and what problems and what issues come up using these tactics.
We read headlines in the paper, we sort of see these news reports, "Oh, terror plot uncovered," but we rarely get to speak to the defendants. We rarely see their families. We rarely hear about the investigations and the methods and tactics that have been used to secure this arrest. And so I think the film will really illumine the tactics that the FBI uses during its investigations.
The film does not state explicitly one way or another what its position is. We want people to kind of come to it with their own biases and their own preconceptions, and to allow that to reinform their own perceptions of the war on terror and whether, the sacrifice of our liberty is worth, security.